Good afternoon, Soul Tribe. I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to do a tribute today to Rob Reiner. For those who grew up with him, All in the Family, Archie Bunker, and all that. We've known and loved him for a long time, and he is a person of honor and integrity who I believe had great love, not only for his family and humanity, but integrity and honor in the work that he presented and his values that he presented, and his love and his joyful spirit, which he presented to the world. I can just say that with a smile. And I kind of believe that he was an angel. So I feel a strong connection of light and peace in the heart when I speak of him and his wife. And my heart and love and condolences goes out to the family for everything that they're going through now, which is extremely tragic whenever the losses of something of such integrity and such love and such goodness for others and humanity. And whenever something like that happens in such a tragedy, it affects us all. We're all connected. We're not separate. We're all unified. And this heart and this love, I feel very strongly as I work with the angelic kingdom and being an earth angel. We do feel a lot. We feel a lot. So I feel this in a great sense of peace and love. And all this happened such tragically, which will indeed help other people in humanity wake up to signs and red flags, and perhaps and hopefully more of a tough love approach when it needs to happen. I know, being a parent, it's not always easy to call out our own children or anybody in the family. A lot of times people, they prefer to keep that, behind closed doors. But some things cannot, and our hearts go out, and we're so sorry it came out the way that it did. But it's not for nothing. Many people will be helped because of this, and I know a lot of families deal with mental illness for their children, drug addiction, alcohol, and the pills the meds that they give out now are extremely strong. And it's not something you want, unless you absolutely have to do it. And it affects everyone differently. I mean, I have friends with schizophrenia that are very kind, very loving, and great people, and doing well. And then there's circumstances like this and others. My brother was autistic, and this is back in the 60s. And just a beautiful soul. And just so beautiful. He was able to go to work, and he was just the kindest soul in the whole world. Very awake, very aware. And this is going back 20 some years. He would have been 3 years younger than me, so he would have been 57 now. But he passed away in 2001, and 32 at the time. But he was very awake, very aware, ahead of his time. Autistic people that they say are autistic, whether it came from the immunizations, shots they received or not, very, very, very amazing. Was on antidepressants for a good portion of his life, and then alcohol, and then quit drinking. But being on the meds for so long, unless there's extreme psychotic issues and they need more help, the antidepressants should be short-term, unless there's other circumstances involved where you need to take more action in a different way. But based on the evidence and the facts, what I have known for a long time, living with seeing it happen to my brother, they will increase the shadow aspects on us long-term. Antidepressants And sometimes, you know, they also lead to, you know, the drug addiction and the drinking. It always makes it worse. It doesn't help, and it affects other things. But they will increase the shadow side long term. But I could eventually see, you know, my brother's pictures from the beginning to the end, and being on medications and different ones for a long term. You know, it does a lot of damage. And you can start to see it in their face and the eyes and the... I know from hands-on, you know, what this similar circumstances and how crucial it is to a lot of people in the world now that have it in their families, their children. Well, there a lot more of mental illness will be coming out now due to these energies as well. And I'm sure a lot of people are on antidepressants or numbing, and, you know, they don't know what to do. So, but there is ways and there is help. And I think from all this, we need to recognize the red flags and the signs and have clear boundaries on what we're going to allow and accept and what we're not. Be aware of self-sacrificing and overgiving, and not seeing the red flags. In a lot of families, I think that's super important. Yes, because a lot of the medications are super strong. So be mindful of that. It causes a lot of psychological issues, a lot of the medications, and some are not right, and they're just so potent. You don't know what they're going to do or how they're going to, people in your own home are going to react in ways that they can cause a lot of harm. And a lot of violence is rising up now, and just unpredictable behaviors. So there's a lot of caution and red flags, but I believe a lot of good will come from this, from a lot of people. And I'm so sorry about the circumstances surrounding it, where this young man needed help quite a while ago. And we're also sorry that this happened to such wonderful, good people. But I did write down a couple of herbs. I did a little research, and this is just for the antidepressants, if people are thinking of going off them. There's also the medical medium detox smoothies and the celery juice, which I highly recommend. Celery juice first and then detox smoothies, which are really easy to make if you're thinking of detoxing. But I did write down the Bach Remedy Rescue, and these are all good for getting off antidepressants, which is probably a really great idea. I'm not a doctor, but for those who are really wanting to and able to make a change and feel like they have support, the Bach Remedy Rescue is a good start, replacing if you're going to go off. Gradually decrease the doses to half and then a quarter and then release them. And set your intentions. Today is the new moon. Setting new moon intentions. So what's going to happen in the next 30 days, plant new seeds. And then there's lemon balm. You can get tinctures for these, which I prefer, which is calming to the nervous system. Passion flower, chamomile, oat straw, milky oat. The skull cap is great for the nervous system. And ashwagandha. I hope I finally said it right. Avoid it if you have thyroid issues. And then the rhodiola is very stimulating tea. So that's something you need to know, that it would be a little stimulating. But these are all great herbs that help immensely. No St. John's wort and no 5-HTP. And then, of course, the magnesium and the B complex is something that would also help. And this is just for the going off antidepressants. I hope it will help for anybody interested, or you probably have a loved one or friends. But these medications do a lot of destruction. And I think a lot of people don't know what to do now. But I think the main thing is just paying attention to the signs and having clear boundaries. Sometimes we want to help and we want to do everything we can to help, but sometimes it's beyond us. And I could see how a parent would not want to, call and have their son taken away. But in circumstances like this, and others, it would be direly necessary. Otherwise, we're just taking a huge risk. So on that note, I wanted to present that, and I hope this information gets to anybody thinking of going off of that. That's for the antidepressants. And then I also have some more herbs if people want to quit smoking the e-cig, which is super important too, because that does a lot of damage. It's heavy metal detox. I mean, these are heavy metal poisons people are putting in their systems. I think that was the lobelia and some other ones I have written down. The oat, also the oat and lobelia is good for that. Lemon balm for the quitting the nicotine and easing the transition. But the best thing is do it now. It's cold. Go cold turkey. Set your intentions now. I'm sorry, and then the full moon on the 3rd would be a great time to release. So, yeah, just a little bit of information that's useful that I did some little bit of digging in, and back to the heart meditations. Just holding our hearts, and we're sending love out there wherever it needs to go. Every Sunday, 11 a.m., 7 p.m., we do the heart meditations. We get together as a unified heart. We do so much more together. And holding our hearts, don't forget. I don't know if I'll get another video up before Sunday or not. I usually don't do that many of them, but however, you never know. But the passion that led me to this was Rob and his wife. It's just getting the messages out to help more people that are going to be going through a lot of things. And together, with our love and our passion, you know, we can help so many people. And that's what it's about, is educating. You know, educating people. Like with the bears, educating. You know, the things that are going on. And stop killing. Educating them in the light of truth. That's why I'm here, and to help wake people up. What's the light of truth? The light of truth is that they're overbuilding. You know, and they're in cahoots taking over wildlife land because they want to build for greed. And that's the truth. It needs to end. It needs to stop. And then you don't twist it around and kill because you can, you know, and certainly the people allowing this, saying it's in the name of science that we need to balance nature. Nature never needed balancing from the beginning of time. The Indians respected everything that they killed for warmth and for food. Okay, the Indians never ran around saying, oh, we're going to kill to balance things in the name of science. It's ridiculous. They'll lie to you because they think you're dumb and you'll believe it. So all the people out there that are kill happy and gun happy, you never know who they're going to go after next. So no, it's not okay to kill innocents, wildlife, the bears, the wolves, the barred owls, in the name of science. It's not okay to destroy land with these big corporations that are in cahoots for money and greed. And we're going to keep calling you out. Okay, because it's the truth, and we're not going to hide the truth. Okay, we're here to help wake people up and help people with our love and our compassion and our light. And we're not going to stop. We're going to show up with our voice. We're going to speak our truth. We're going to be in integrity, like Rob. Bless his heart. And if we can carry that joyful spirit he has, we'll even be in better shape. Because I always admire that. Every time I see him, I swear he's got the Jupiter joy. You know, just such a beautiful spirit. So we're going to hold these memories dear to our heart, because the love is always there, and we're all connected. And we're going to speak the truth, and we're not going to stop. You know, they're going to try continuing to build and push wildlife out and say they need to kill it. Nature's always perfect and rebalances. Man doesn't need to do a darn thing of destruction in the name of science. It's like you're giving science a bad name, you know, but the light will continue to shine and bring up all these truths up to the light. Nature's innocent. Since the beginning, it was given to us for God's joy, the Creator's joy. So we would have some company here to have love and company here, you know, when the humans fail us with greed, control, hate, manipulation, destruction. You know, we can always come back to innocence because they're not here to harm. There are circumstances, which are few and far between and rare, where people come in contact with bears. You know, at the times, who knows what season it is and what's going on, but it's their home. And we should educate more on respecting them, honoring them, valuing them, and the land that they're on for what it is. Having compassion for the fact that fires, car accidents, and they're pushed out by greedy builders in cahoots with the Federal Wildlife Federation, who's supposed to be protecting them. Okay? They need to do their job, and they're all in cahoots for money and trophy hunts, and any sort of killing is no consent. It's non-negotiable. Taking the land to destroy it and push wildlife out even further so they have nowhere to go but our communities, it's not okay. It's cruel and it's inhumane. And to think you're even going to use your dogs on a hunt to kill deer and antelope and bears, and you're training your dogs to do this, and you're setting bait traps of donuts and honey, it's sick, inhumane behavior. And if they're doing this or allowed to do this sort of cruel, inhumane activity, you know, there's always a kickback and a price to pay that will come back. If you're not in alignment with the laws of nature, the laws of the universe, what ye sends forth will return. Who knows what these dogs would do in turn on kids and animals and children, and even these people that cannot be trusted. If they're not in integrity and they're toxic and they're not balanced, they're out there drinking, let's kill something out. Who knows? You hear of accidents all the time where the hunters end up shooting themselves. Or, you know, things happen. It's because they're not doing the right thing. They're not. They're in cahoots. They're doing things. They're not in the heart. You know, they're not thinking. They're not in the heart. Their hearts are closed, and they're part of the old system. You know, it's falling away. It's not in alignment with nature, wildlife, the innocence, or the heart of humanity, what they're doing. It's cruel, it's psychotic, it's sick, and it's inhumane. Okay, and I'm not dissing the ones that have respect and honor up in the parts of the world where they need food. How many people really actually need food? Or are they doing it for other means that are not in honor, not in integrity, as the white man is famous for eons? Not being trustworthy, you know, stabbing people in the back like our governmental systems are not, you know, they don't have your back, as we well see, what they're up to and what they're doing and what their intentions are. This will change. The light is shining ever brighter, and it will change as everything comes up to be seen. Things will transform. The light is on the ascendant, so nothing's hidden. Everything, all the muck's coming up, and we see it clearly. And if it's not for the highest good of all, of life on this planet, then it's gonna crumble. And if it's not in the heart and your intentions are not coming from the heart, they will crumble. We need to coexist. We need to rebalance. We need to drop the drugs, the alcohol, the e-cig, you know, anything taking that is absolutely not necessary, and try and rebalance and be in the heart, you know, and heal our wounds and our traumas that we all have. And we're here to do that, and we're here to help so we all can live in integrity and love and joy with all life. So join us Sunday, 11 a.m., 7 p.m. Rob, we love you. We send love to you and your wife. Feeling you up there with all. We're all one. Sending love to all the bears, the innocents, the wildlife, working with the elements, animals and wildlife on the earth, the water, the air, the bird tribe. Sending love, and always sending love from our hearts to all our loved ones, families, and communities. Getting out there. Are we stretching? Are we breathing? Are we moving? Are we eating healthier? Working with the elements and the food and the nuts and the seeds and the fruits and the vegetables, you know, trying to do better. And that's all that it is. It's just that, one day at a time, one step at a time. Join us as we send love and light, and we're here to show others the way, because we've been through it. We've been through it. So, Soul Tribe, just on that note, I hope this message gets to those that need it. Know you're loved, and it's a pretty little girl, isn't she? She's such a pretty girl. She's such a good girl. Know you're loved, breathe and ground. 3 IA Atlas, closer than it's ever been to the earth, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And then we go into winter solstice, a time of peace, of family, of love, of unity, of harmony, of magic, of Christmas. One with all life. Know you're loved, and join us on Sunday. join us in holding your heart and just taking that time to send love to everything around you and yourself and those that have passed. And we need you to speak your truth. Your voice is important, and you are important, and everyone matters. We all have a part in this. Together, we got this. So, all right, everybody, take care. Peace, love, mwah, and a whole lot of light. Know you're loved.